Okay, boom. There we go. All right, my friends, I believe we are up and running live, all that sort of good stuff. Let me mute that out. Albert, first to the punch. No real shock there. What's going on? Good morning. It is officially day number 34. So, as always, guys, do me a favor and drop a 3-4 over in the chat. Let me know that you guys are here. Pop it in there. Awesome. What's up, Darla? Albert, how are you? Good to see you guys in here. Let's see who else we got this morning. Shannon. What's going on, Shannon? Good to see you, Shannon. I don't know why I'm making that accent, but I just am. Anyway, so coming out of the weekend, and man, oh man, oh man, it was a pretty cool, pretty fun, exciting weekend. I don't know if you guys had a great weekend. I had a great weekend. The weather was absolutely awesome down here in Myrtle Beach. And I'll share with you guys before we get into the accountability part, I'll share with you guys kind of a funny story of how our neighborhood works. Okay. So I live in a kind of a, I call it a private development, private community, whatever you want. And it's 101 houses in this section off of Route 22, and I call it Myrtle Beach, but it's Conway. I mean, we're literally like right on the border of Myrtle Beach, so we just call it Myrtle Beach because everybody knows Myrtle Beach. Not everybody knows Conway, South Carolina, but it's kind of funny. The way that the neighborhood works is there's like a chat group. All the wives that are in our neighborhood are all in like a big community group chat, like a text chat. And if you guys don't know anything about me, I love barbecue. I love to grill. I love to smoke. I have a smoker out back. I do pulled pork. I'll smoke salmon. I'll do brisket. I'll do all of those things. And so I believe it was on Thursday, my wife was like, she's like, you haven't made a brisket in a while. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what, babe? Like, I could go make a brisket. I'm like, but I mean, those things are anywhere between 15 to 20 pounds. I'm like, I'm not going to make a brisket for just the two of us because that's a lot of meat. That's a lot of meat. So my wife's like, hold my beer. Does a little text thing. She's like, Saturday, everyone's going to come to the house. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm smoking a brisket on Saturday. So, Friday we run out to Costco. We go get ourselves, actually had to go to the US Food Superstore because Costco was all out of good brisket, meaning that they had a couple of packages, but the packages were popped. I didn't want to get them. I wasn't in love with those. So we went to a different store, got myself a nice 16-pound brisket, trimmed it all up, got it ready, got up real early on Saturday morning. Like my alarm went off at 3:45 a.m. I was up by 4. I was outside on the back patio at the smoker, by like 4:05, got the charcoal going, got everything going, started smoking that all day. People started showing up to the house around 5 o'clock. By 6 o'clock, we were eating, and I put some videos on Facebook kind of documenting the whole process. And it's an all day thing. It's a 12-hour smoke. It takes 12 hours to smoke a brisket, at least for me. And at one point around 6 o'clock, there was like 30, 35 people in my house because my wife was like, oh, if you're gonna smoke a brisket, we'll invite the neighborhood over. And that's what happened. So that ended up being fun. Sunday was a good day. And here's what's really cool, guys, the way that business automation works with your business. And this is why I shared with you last week. I don't know if you guys remember this, but last week I shared with you, this is how I set my week up. I do all my busy work in the beginning of the week. So all of my emails, I'm still doing that right now. And as a matter of fact, like I shared with you, how do I get things done? I write them all down. This is everything that I want to do today. And I'm through half of it, but I still got a ways to go. So Mondays and Tuesdays are typically very, very busy days. And then as we get towards the end of the week, things start to lean out because I do most of my production in the beginning of the week. So, as we were going out to the store and doing all that stuff on Friday, all of my videos and all that other stuff, my content, stuff queued up for the weekends, all that stuff was done. And when the weekend came, the only thing I did on the weekends is I responded to Facebook comments and I posted some videos. But other than that, it was a pretty easy weekend. Yesterday we went out to a local place on the water. We saw a band play. We met some friends there, hung out, had a drink, watched some live music. It was a really good time. And it was a really cool chill weekend. So I hope you guys had a really cool chill weekend. If you did, comment chill or comment what you did down in the comments. What did you guys do this weekend? What did you guys focus on? Hopefully it was awesome for you guys. Let me know. So let me know. Spent quality time with your parents and gardening. Awesome. I love working outside. That was also that's what I have planned for today. I'm gonna be mowing the lawn and doing some stuff outside once we're done here. But love that. So let me know, guys. Big work retreat running all weekend. Not stress free, but that's now it's done. Yeah, there you go. In the past, studying and mowing. Yeah, a lot of mowing going on the weekend. A lot of mowing going on. But yeah, drop some comments in there. Let me know what you guys did this weekend. How was it? All that sort of good stuff. Now, let's shift gears and turn into this week. We as a team, guys, have a very, very, very important week for you lined up. Very important week. We are launching something brand new tomorrow for Teachable Tuesday. So those of you guys that are on our team, make sure you guys there. Make sure you guys are registered. Get ready to go rock that, all that sort of good stuff. And then be ready for the remainder of the week because you guys are going to have some work to do. Okay. You guys are going to have some work to do as far as what we're going to be launching tomorrow. So Kirsty's going to go over some of that with you guys for Mindset Monday coming up at noon, which is a little less than 2 hours from right now. So very, very, very busy week and a lot of really great stuff going on. I have meetings today to kind of go over everything for tomorrow, everything for this week, making sure that we got everything lined up and buttoned up for you guys. But very, very excited about what is being launched and how it's being launched and how that's going to help you. Remember, what we do on the back end helps you on the front end. So everything that we're working on, we're going to be nailing that down today and tomorrow and then launching that tomorrow night. So very, very, very excited about that. I hope you guys are excited. I know I am. And, it's basically going to help you guys close a lot of sales and do it in a proven way that we've been literally proving over and over and over again this year. As a matter of fact, so let's dive into accountability, guys. Let's kind of share my screen here and show you guys what's up, talk about what's up, what's going on today. And we're going to go right for the biggest one first. Okay, we're going to go right for the biggest one first. If you guys did a webinar last week, okay, and you did a webinar, couple things. Don't just go commenting webinar. What I want to know is if you did a webinar, okay, I'm going to go for this one down here first, webinar. If you guys did a webinar last week, comment the word webinar. If you did not do it, comment and let me know why you didn't do it. And if you did a webinar, let me know where you did it and did you use the slides or not? So how did you present your information during your webinar? Okay, so again, a lot of information, but drop some comments. Give me some feedback. Let me know. Let's be accountable here. Okay, so number one, if you guys did a webinar, comment the word webinar. If you did not, let me know if you didn't or not, preferably why you didn't. And then if you did a webinar, was this, did you do it in a Zoom? Did you stream it live to Facebook, YouTube, whatever? And also, did you use the slides? So give me some information here, okay? And I know, Albert, you didn't do one last week. You had mentioned that last week. You're doing one on Wednesday. Awesome. 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 So let's get some feedback going, guys. Let's be accountable, okay? Let's be accountable here and drop some stuff in there, okay? So awesome. Let's see. Poonam, you did a webinar. Awesome. Shannon says, did a webinar Thursday evening, pushing the replay now. Okay. How you feeling about that? You feeling pretty good? You did mine in Zoom and using the slides, added some to the slides to help me stay on track. Prompt me when to say, yeah, okay. And that's, for me, like I've been through the slide so many times, like I know what's coming in the next slide. So yeah, obviously you guys can take those, edit those, tweak those, bend them, shape them as you want to. Um, I did a fake webinar. I did edit the slides to fit me. Okay, good, good. I need to practice because you butchered some of the info. Yeah, again, that's where practice makes perfect, guys. And if you guys remember, okay, if you guys remember, um, the slides, I shared with you guys a story about a week ago where I was presenting. This was years ago. This is way before the funnel team. I was presenting a new webinar a new course that I was launching. It was $1,000 course. And I was presenting to literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And as I was doing this, I was getting ready for this webinar. Before I actually did the webinar, I recorded it at least 5, if not 6, 7 times. Before the actual night of, the webinar launch, I recorded it multiple times to kind of get it down, get a feel for it, get comfortable with it. So for you guys, I would strongly suggest practicing it. Practicing is a real good thing to do. So it's definitely a good thing. All right. Now. So obviously webinars is going to play into what we're rolling out this week, because we know that webinars close sales, and webinars close a lot of sales. So as an example, you guys remember last week on Monday, right? I had a webinar a week ago on Sunday with Catherine. Catherine came on as a guest on Monday, and we talked all about webinars, the importance of webinars. Now, what is amazing, here's what's absolutely amazing, and you guys need to know, this is data. This is real life data. So the night of the webinar last week, Catherine closed 3 sales during the webinar. Okay, so 3. Here's how important follow-up is. Now, I know it's easy to think like, hey, once I put something out there, it's out there, it's going to drive me a ton of sales. But I want you guys to realize how important follow-up is in the process. Follow-up, using social media, creating follow-up based content, okay? Messaging people back, getting people to your webinar replay is really, really important, because check this out, okay? Catherine got 3 sales during the webinar itself, meaning like by the time the webinar was over and we gave the call to action, 3 sales came in. Here's what's really awesome. By the end of the week, by sending people to the replay over and over and over again all week long, Catherine got an additional 11 sales. So that's 14 sales. 14 sales, all from one webinar on Sunday. Do you guys understand the importance of webinars right now? Understand that you're presenting the business information in a specific way. You're, doing things a very specific way that is designed to close sales. Okay. So it's kind of like I can't remember the phrase about rich people do things a certain way. Like, this is why we do things a certain way, because it works, guys. It works. Okay. So think about that. Like, how many of you, just give me a yay or nay, how many of you guys would like 14 sales in 1 week from hosting one webinar? Think about that. Like, you do the work once, you do the webinar once. How many of you guys would like 14 sales in a week? That's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Now, we also did, I had a newbie that I was working with last night, and we did a webinar last night. Okay. And again, sales were closed during the webinar. Okay. Sales were closed during the webinar, multiple sales. Now we're working today on all of the follow-up, going to literally just duplicate and emulate exactly what we did last week. So don't get discouraged. This is also kind of like an underlying message here. Don't get discouraged that if you do a webinar, and I remember that the guy that I was working with last night, like literally said like, oh, like I only got a couple of sales. I'm like, Yeah, just wait. Like, hey, like we've only done part of the work, right? We only did the webinar itself. Now it's time for the follow-up. Now it's time to drive massive traffic to the follow-up, like to the actual replay. That's where the majority of the sales are going to be made. Okay. So make sure once you guys get the webinar out there, then you circle back around. And I would recommend to you guys, again, you guys know this, okay? In webinar presentations, in your folder, okay, you guys have access to this folder. In your folder, okay, right here, how to effectively close sales in a webinar. You guys kind of have this cheat sheet right here. So leading up to and during and then post webinar, following up after. And you also have this folder here that has example videos and example posts that you guys could be using for your webinars. Again, just lots and lots and lots and lots of great information here, all right at your fingertips. Okay. So make sure you guys are paying attention to that. Okay. Enough about webinars. Enough about webinars, right? Now, yeah, Shannon, those are good numbers. So if you think in terms of percentages, right? So real life data here, right? Shannon did her first webinar last week, and we already shared that she got a sale from that webinar. You always got to look at it in terms of percentages. So she had 5 people on her first webinar, and this was a Zoom meeting, right? So it wasn't like stream live on Facebook or whatever. It was a Zoom meeting. So she does that, and she closes one of those 5, right? That's a 20% close rate, like 20%. That's pretty awesome. From when you look at it from a percentage standpoint, a 20% close rate is awesome. So that was 5 people. So now apply that 20%. What if you got 20 people on a webinar? What if you got 100 people on a webinar? Okay. 100 people at a 20% close rate. That's 20 sales. Now, is it going to be 20% every single time? No. Be honest with you, straight up honest. I've had a 40% close rate on a webinar before. I've also had a 10% close rate. But on average, if you're nailing, 20%, that's a great number. I mean, even think about it. If you got 100 people on a webinar and you had a 10% close rate, that's still 10 sales. You did one presentation and you get 10 sales. It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid stuff right there. Okay. So always look at in terms of percentages. All right. So let's talk about reach outs, guys. How many of you guys did reach outs over the weekend? Okay. How many of you guys did your reach outs over the weekend? Meaning, so drop reach outs down in the comments. If you guys did the work there, you went out, you created new friends, whether it be, hey, if Facebook ain't working for you, do it over on Instagram, whatever. But it's important that you guys are doing your reach outs, making sure you guys are staying consistent with that. Okay. Okay, good. Reach outs coming in. Awesome. Let's get those comments coming in over on the live stream. Let me know. All right, cool. How many of you guys did one Facebook post? How many of you guys did one Facebook post per per day, Saturday and Sunday, one Facebook post. Okay, comment Facebook if you guys did that. It's kind of the reason why. It's funny, like when you're smoking a brisket, right? Which is what I did on Saturday. It's a 12-hour smoke. I put the brisket on the smoker at 5 a.m. I didn't pull it off until 5 p.m. That's a lot of time to kill. It's a lot of time to kill. And since I already had a bunch of short form videos and YouTube videos already queued up for the weekend, I kind of said to myself, in regards to, posting on Facebook, you also got to let people know that you're real. And that's why we talk about posting in the style of RVL, results, value, lifestyle. Share some lifestyle, man. Share some lifestyle and let people know that you're a real person. And that's why I did kind of that smoking a brisket series. If you guys haven't seen it, it's like, I think like 12 videos that I made, all little 1-minute shorts about just the entire process of smoking the brisket. And I only showed the brisket twice. I think it was in like video 6 or 7, and then the very last one when it was all just basically an empty tray of people devouring the brisket. But the whole point is like I just wanted to give people a glimpse into this is my real life. This is what I do. I like to smoke some barbecue and have some fun with that, and also kind of educate people along the way about what the process is like. But it was just keeping it real. So again, when it comes to posting on Facebook, guys, don't forget to show people that you're a real person. It doesn't have to just be business, business, business all the time. Okay. All right. Now. How many of you guys went live? Anybody go live over the weekend? Comment live if you guys went live over the weekend, or if you guys went live on Friday as well. We'll look back to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you guys went live, if so, if you did, do me a favor and drop the word live if you guys went live, and let me know where you went live. Okay, where did you guys go live? All right. One live comment, guys. One live comment coming in. Albert, way to go. So, guys, if you didn't go live, why didn't you go live? Let me know. Remember, guys, this is accountability. If you guys didn't do the work, you should be commenting why you didn't do it. Okay. So be accountable, own it. And remember last week, guys, we kind of talked about going live on the weekend. And I know sometimes like that could be your personal time, that could be whatever, but the weekends, to be honest with you, is a really cool time to go live because you can keep it more casual. And remember, like I shared with you last week, I talked about when I went live on the weekends, I would do it out back on my patio, and I would just be sipping a cup of coffee, and I would be doing like a live Q&A. I would be hanging out, answering questions, whatever, just keeping it chill. Just keeping it chill. All right. So you went live on Facebook and Instagram. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Didn't want to disrupt family. All right. Again, I get it. You guys can do whatever you want to do, but ultimately, think about going live, especially on the weekend. It's a cool time to go live, and you can do it completely different how you would maybe do it during the week. I'm just saying, you can mix it up, right? You can mix it up. Shannon says, have time to go live today. Okay, cool. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Albert did that. Awesome, cool. All right, so let's look at Saturday and Sunday. How many of you guys did 3 or more short form videos on at least 3 platforms? Comment shorts if you guys did all of those. Okay, 3 or more on all of the major platforms. Now, what are you guys doing too? Comment the word shorts if you guys did that work there, meaning that you're posting to Insta, TikTok, Facebook. Okay, 3 or more videos on each. Now, what do you guys find for you is landing more? And landing meaning you're getting more engagement, you're getting more views, you're seeing more traction from these videos. Are you getting more action from the faceless, or are you getting more action from putting your face on camera? Let me know. Comment faceless, comment on camera, whatever you want. Give me some feedback if you have any. What are you guys seeing? Now, again, like I shared with you last week over on TikTok, I'm getting great engagement when I show my face. When I use faceless stuff over on TikTok, it doesn't really land all that well. Over on Facebook, it's the complete opposite. On Facebook, my faceless stuff works really good. Okay. So it's kind of unique. It's kind of unique. Shannon says Facebook is the most engagement, but I do get some quality leads through TikTok. Speaking videos get me the most engagement on both. Thinks that, yeah. And and you're right. That might be your brand. That might be something that you just, works better for you. The whole point of putting the faceless stuff out there is just so people that are a little more introverted, people that, maybe don't want to show their face, they have that option. But I agree that, putting yourself out there, putting yourself on camera is definitely, a great way to build your brand, right? So yeah, I would stick with, whatever you guys are going to stick with kind of a brand, stick with, it's always good to test. Testing is key. It gives you data, it gives you information. But once you guys go through that, then, figure out, what's gonna work best for you. Is it going to be the faceless way to go? Is it going to be the on video, way to go? Like I said, from you, the data that I'm getting right now, faceless stuff works great on Facebook, especially when you use a good call to action. And what I've been noticing too, and here's just another hint when it comes to short form videos, guys. What I've been noticing is, for me personally, whether it be on TikTok or on Facebook or Insta, same thing. Normally, I would always put my link on the video. Hey, if you want more information, go here, right? And I would point to the link on the video. Or I would just tell them, go to the link right on your screen, type it into your browser, whatever. I used to always just put my link on the video. And then over the past probably month or so, I started shifting away from that, and I started focusing more on engagement, meaning that in my videos, I'll say something like drop a comment, comment an emoji, comment, the flame, the flame emoji if you guys want more information. Since I've been doing that, whether it be on the faceless videos or on the speaking videos. Now we're talking about both styles of videos here. I've been noticing my view count and my engagement going way up since I give a different type of call to action. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. So for me, I've noticed that, way more engagement, more view count, just overall more attraction to those videos by giving a different call to action. So instead of just sharing my link, giving a specific call to action to get them to engage. Because at the end of the day, guys, you got to remember, it doesn't matter what social platform you're on. The algorithm responds to engagement. Period. End of story. So there's so many content creators out there talking about how to hack, the TikTok algorithm, the Facebook algorithm, whatever it is. The algorithm responds to engagement. So if you are creating engagement in your videos, it's going to help you, period. Okay. So there you go. Okay. Now, lastly, how many of you guys did one full-length video on Saturday and Sunday? Did you guys put out a video on Saturday and Sunday? Comment YouTube if you guys did that. I had 3 videos go out last week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And what was really, really cool is I basically just took the one of Gifu's webinars that they did last week, got a hold of the recording, and I just took that and I broke it down and I chunked it out into individual videos. So it made creating that content really, really, really easy. And I don't know if you guys realize, like, you guys can do that. You could take one video and break it up into smaller videos and make a whole bunch of different content, right? So there you go. Okay. So let me know. I don't see any. Did anybody do any full-length videos over the weekend? Let me know. Again, guys, remember, if you didn't, drop a comment and let me know why you didn't do it. Okay. Why didn't you do it? Let's be accountable. Be accountable to yourself. Own your stuff. Own your stuff. Or, as I always say, own your shit. Okay. Now, again, another thing you can do is, like, it's when you're doing your business. I mean, think about this. Okay. Think about this. Let's talk about your team training system here for just a second, right? You guys have a team site, right? I mean, think about it. You could do an overall video on the team site and how it's so effective. You could do a video on just our app. You could do a video on the Fast Start Guide. You could do a video on Fast Start Guide Part 2. You could do a video on what happens after you get a sale. You could do a video on the deep dive training section. You could do a video on the advanced section. You could do a video about your Gifu back office, and you could break that up into individual videos. Do a video on how to place people, do a video on travel site, do a video on, I've already walked you guys through this before, but each of those things are the videos, right? Hey, did you know that the funnel team has training replays so you can never, ever miss one of our live 3 weekly trainings. Okay. We have that. All you got to do is go here, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, make a video about that. Talk about that. Talk about how we do paid advertising. Talk about how we have a 90-day game plan that's live 5 days a week, holding yourself accountable to actually doing the work. Okay. And remember this is really, 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 really important. Okay. So, Shannon, what's your question there? How do you hide your URL in the videos? What do you mean your URL? Like if you're like the URL for the team training site? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know if that's what you're referring to. So yeah, like the screen up here, all I did is go up to the URL up here and I just deleted it. Or I could just go in here and I could just type in the word training, or if you wanted to type anything. Or the other thing that you could do is you can expand your screen. Sometimes, yeah, you can expand your screen and crop the screen. So when you go to show your screen from Zoom, you could only show like a selected portion. You also have that option too, but I usually just, so we're not giving away the team training site publicly, right? I just delete the URL out. So I just go up to the URL, I just delete it out. That's the easiest way to do it. Easiest way right there. Okay. So anyway, like all of this stuff is content, guys. It's all content right in front of you. So if you guys are looking for ways to, you know, figure out what to record a YouTube video about, you have your whole Jifu back office. You have your webinar slides. You could record that, put that out there on YouTube, which is again what I did. I shared that with you guys last week. I just went through the slides. I recorded that, and that is my main. So as an example, right? If we went over to, this is where I want to go here. That's me listening to my personal development this morning. Little Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn. So if I go here, right? This main video that I have right here, okay? This main one here, right up at the top, the one that says easiest online digital business with the cool little graphic thumbnail. That video right there, all this video is, okay? All that video is me going through these slides right here. That's all that video is. That's where I drive the majority of my traffic to. So all of my short form videos specifically go to that versus say using something like, your funnels or your app links and stuff like that. For me, I'm sending everybody to a webinar presentation because webinars close sales. Throwing that out there, right? So anyway, you guys can do that right there. But this video right here, the very first video, all I'm doing is going through these slides. Okay. And that video converts every single week. So again, that could be another video that you could record, put out there on YouTube and use it. Okay. Simple stuff, guys. Simple stuff. All right. Now questions. What do you guys have for questions? Another thing I want to point out too is it's going to be interesting to see. I've said this from day one in this 90-day challenge here. It's going to be interesting to see who makes it through the entire process all the way, because I said it right from the beginning that, a lot of you guys are going to start, but not all of you guys are going to make it through. Not all of you guys are going to make it through the whole 90 days because insert excuse here, life, family, job, kids, whatever. So it's interesting to see who's still here, who's still commenting, who's participating. And I know some of you guys watch the replays because I see the replay comments, but this is what, to keep it 100% real with you guys, this is what's going to separate you from everybody else out there that's trying to do the same thing. Pushing yourself, stretching yourself more than you ever have, figuring it out, finding a way, doing whatever you got to do to make it happen. Because if you don't, you're just going to be back in the same situation, hoping, wishing, praying things get better, but you're not willing to do the work to get yourself out of that. Okay. So, all right, question here over on the Zoom. Do you schedule your posts directly with each platform or another way? I don't schedule posts. I just go in and I just go in and I post them. Um, I've heard, I haven't backed this up by any means, but I've heard that if you use a post scheduler, and I know like there's systems out there like Hootsuite or whatever where you can go and you can schedule your posts. You can schedule your posts on TikTok and Insta and Facebook and whatever. I've heard rumors that when you use a post scheduler like Hootsuite, it can infect it affects your engagement, meaning like you don't get as much engagement because I guess it's being posted from a third party. It's not being posted by you, like from your Facebook app. It's being posted from a third party. And somehow, some way that affects engagement. And if you go back to, so for me, I just go in and I post. And if you go back to day number 3 in this challenge, and you look at what we talked about when Lisa was here, she specifically talked about warming up the algorithm, in Facebook as an example, before you post. And I've even heard of doing that over in TikTok. It's the same thing. Like if you're going to go on TikTok, you do this, you can apply the same exact concept. You open up your app, you go through your timeline, you comment, you like, you engage on other people's content, then you post your video, right? So the algorithm is kind of like, oh, hey, Daniel's here. Oh, hey, Shannon's here. Oh, hey, Poonam's here. Albert's here, right? You guys are in there doing your thing, and then you post a video. It's going to kind of naturally get shared to more people. But if you're using a scheduler, the scheduler's not going and engaging on any of your stuff. It's not going and engaging on any of your, friends list or people that are showing up in your timeline or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe there's truth to that. Maybe there's not. But it makes sense to me. So for me, again, personally, I just do, I just post the videos whenever I want to post the videos. That's me. Any other questions, guys? Let me know. What other questions do you have? And if you don't have any questions, all good, my friends, all good. We'll wrap up and we'll see you guys live tomorrow. And make sure you guys are registered for Teachable Tuesday, guys. Please make sure you guys are registered. We got a big one coming tomorrow. Big stuff coming tomorrow, and it's going to be awesome. So super, super excited about that. And yes, Mindset Monday starts in an hour and 20 minutes. So that is it, my friends. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for doing the work. But get out there, get those excuses out of there, figure it out, find a way. Maybe spend more time on some days than you do on other days. Batch content if you need to. Figure that stuff out, but find a way to do the work. It will pay off, my friend. I promise you that. So that is it. You guys have a good day, and I will see you guys live on Mindset Monday, and I'll see you guys live